Get ready, because you're now listening to Water Cooler Talk. Covering everything sports and sports news. From the NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, the pros, the collegiate level, and everything in between. If it's about sports, then we're about it. So keep it locked to the absolute coolest podcast. Now, your hosts, Nick Frazier and Marcus Fitzpatrick.
Oh,
let's go.
Welcome to the Water Cooler Talk podcast, ladies and gentlemen, the coolest podcast in your ear. My name is Nick Frazier, and the other person you hear or you see him, you either hear him or you see him. His name is
Marcus Fitzpatrick. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so much for tuning in to the first episode of the Water Cooler Talk podcast for the year 2024. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you all, man. I hope y'all had a great and blessed holiday season, Christmas season, holiday season, and we are in the new year. Thank y'all so much for coming in and sitting around the water cooler with us as we get ready to kick off this new year with the Water Cooler Talk podcast, man. We got a lot of stuff coming down the pipe. A lot of stuff coming down the pipe this year. Marcus, how you doing, man? How have you been?
I'm good. How are you, my brother?
Man, I feel great. I feel good, man. I feel good, man. I'm excited.
I want to hear.
I'm excited because this is a new year. There are a lot of things coming down the road for the Water Cooler Talk podcast. I'm excited for it. A lot of big things coming, a lot of ways that you can continue to interact with us. Make sure that you liking, subscribing, and sharing to this this channel here, man, on the Water Cooler Talk podcast. If you're listening to us on the podcast player, go over to the YouTube channel and make sure you're liking and subscribing and sharing the videos over there. And make sure that you're like, rate, and review on the podcast player you're listening to. I mean, whether it's Apple, whether it's Amazon, whether it's Spotify, iHeartRadio, whichever one you listen to us on, man. Thank you so much for interacting with us, man. We are excited. Marcus,
Yes.
what do you have any, I don't like the word your resolutions, but do you have any systems that you want to put into place this year for yourself in the new year?
Just be better than I was last year.
Okay, all right. I like that.
Keep being better, man.
I like that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to go ahead and get to it. We've already wasted too much time. It's time for us to go ahead. You already know, man, when you hear that stadium noise in the new year, man, it's time for us to go ahead and get it ready and going. Ladies and gentlemen, the first show of 2024. You already know where we going. Let's go. It's time for the first quarter.
It's now time for the first quarter.
Woo! Man, I'm so happy, man. First show of the 2024 New Year, man. Got a lot of things coming down the pipe. We in the first quarter, man. Let's go ahead and get to it, man. Man, so we watched the games last night. If you was up and you saw us, man, we did a little live show before halftime and afterwards over on Auburn Addicts. Shout out to DC. Over at Auburn Addicts, man. Had a great time over there, and we reviewed the first semifinal game, which was Alabama and Michigan. And we kind of went to, I don't know, did you go to sleep on the second one?
Yes, I did.
I did. Man, it was I
had to go to work.
Yeah, that too, man. But I was a little tired. I ain't even gonna lie. The first one took a lot of energy out of me because I wasn't expecting the game to be that good. That was a great game, man.
That was a great game.
What were your thoughts on that Michigan Alabama game, man? What did you see? What made you go like, oh my God, what, Michigan was for real?
Man, well, the thing about it, I still don't believe in Michigan.
Wow.
I seen.
That's the way I feel about Ohio State.
Yeah, of course. But the thing about it is, I seen a situation with me and you've been talking about all year. Alabama offensive line got exposed.
Horrible.
They're not that good anyway. And so, like, they got exposed early and often.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about it is, as we've been talking about when we were talking about Auburn against Bama, they can't stop the run.
Mm.
So when Michigan realized, wow, JJ McCarthy is going to end up costing us this game if we keep letting him throw the football. Let's give Crone the ball. They realized that's the key to success.
Yep.
So all
Yep.
they did was start running the football, controlling the pace of the game at the end of the game, and Alabama had really no offense outside of Miro tucking the ball and running. It's so crazy because they got a spark from the guy Haynes, number 22,
Yeah, the
and
running
they
back.
stopped.
Yeah.
He had 7.8 yards per carry, and you stopped giving him the ball. Like that blew me. So I'm like, come on, bro. Then Miro just all he did was throw a post route and a go route, and he connected on an out route like twice that I seen. That were nice time passes, but like other than that, man, everything else was a screen and some quick dump out route. But to me, honestly, the last play of the game,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
overtime, that fourth down call,
Mm. Mm. Mm.
all he had to do, if the offensive coordinator was smart, when they ran that dude out on the island, he was in one-on-one coverage. If you look to the side, if he would have dumped the ball quick, it's only 4 yards. You get that dude right there on the island, and it's up to him to make a play one-on-one against the defender. You had those two guys run a slant route
Mm-hmm.
and leave that one running back on the island with that linebacker.
Yeah, you're right about that, man. I think a better play call in that situation, in that fourth down situation, in that overtime period would have been something of like what Detroit did to the Cowboys to win the game, but they were we'll get into that later on in the show. But it would have been something like that. As long as they would have reported to the referee, it would have been okay. But nah, man, nah. I thought that play call was interesting. I thought it was an interesting play call. And I was watching the post game with Coach Saban. He was like, he basically put that one on Tommy Rees. He said Tommy called the play and said this was the play.
Because Nick don't dabble in offense. Nick called defense.
We know.
Yeah,
And he said he said they called a play. That was a play that they had practice. Now, I mean, I went back and I looked at it.
They've been running the whole game. Everybody in the building, they was gonna try to do something with Miro with the ball.
Yep.
So that's the reason why you do something outside.
Something different. Something different.
You know what I'm saying? Something different. Everybody knew, like, and then also you didn't really give him no solidified blocking. They've been getting in the backfield all game.
Man, yeah. What I mean, like, what they say on his first 6 dropbacks, Miro was sacked 5 times. Easily. Good God, man! Like that offensive line was terrible. And like I said, we did say this at the beginning of the year. I was like, man, everybody was like, "You not picking Alabama?" I was like, I mean, I was surprised they made it this far. I mean, my thing is this, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Bryce Young took that team to 10 wins last year behind that offensive line. He was a better passer.
I hope he had
11 wins. Excuse me, huh?
I hope he had a different center because allegedly they say Miro getting death threats. But if anything is weird, why not blame the center?
That's what I'm saying.
Why blame the quarterback who did everything, who had just as many rushing attempts as he did passing attempts?
Yeah, that's my thing. That's my thing too. Like
he did everything he tried. He tried to do everything possible to get you out of the dub.
See, this is my thing though. Like when you start sending death threats, it kind of. I was watching this 30 for 30. I don't know if you the 30 for 30 with it was the one about the Chicago Cubs. The dude Steve Bartman.
Oh yeah, who caught the ball?
Yeah, he interfered. He apparently interfered with the ball. So I was watching that, and basically the premise of the whole thing was like, how do you blame one person when a lot of other things were happening in the game
in that moment
that moment, and even in the game for the result to happen? Like even in that 30 for 30, they were saying that what about the dude? What about the shortstop who was a Golden Glove shortstop? He missed on an easy infield play that would have turned a double play and would have ended the inning, and that wouldn't even in the whole Bartman thing wouldn't even affect the game. That's the whole point. The center, on the drive that Alabama came out the two bad snaps. Alabama was driving down the field.
About to go up.
Yeah.
I think they're about to go up by like what,
Yes.
11?
They was driving down the field to score. And the center hiked the ball too early. Milroe wasn't even looking at it. And they had to run back and he had to fall on it. Smart move by Milroe instead of trying to pick it up and try to do something amazing. And then the very next play, the same thing happened again. So you end up being at your opponent's 40, 41 yard line. And then next thing you know, you back at your own 34. That ain't Milroe's fault. So what you sending this man death threats for, man? Come on, man. See this that overreaction by them Alabama fans.
Alabama really beat themselves, bro.
They did. They did.
They had two to three four stop penalties in clutch situations.
Yes.
They had situations where Milroe fumbled in false snaps when they were in prominent drives where they were finna get ready to score. So it's just like when you look back on that, they really had Michigan beat.
They did. I mean, and the Milroe fumble, that's probably one of the times that I can sit here and say that was on him because Alabama was driving. They was driving.
Even though they didn't score, Michigan
didn't score. That's the thing. They didn't even score. He missed the field goal. Yeah, he missed the field goal. And the Michigan kicker missed the field goal. And so basically that evened out 0-0. No points were put on the board. So my thing is this, man. I mean, bro, y'all can't sit here and blame Milroe for everything, man. I mean, don't get it twisted. He didn't play the best game. But in the most critical moments of the game, and I'm thinking back to the game, Milroe probably had one critical moment, and that probably was that fumble. You know what I'm saying? And then if you want to add the fourth down call at the end of the game, yeah, you can add that. But that was a bad play call. That was a bad play call. That was a bad play call.
I won't blame Milroe for a bad play. Oh my God, a bad play call.
Yeah, nah, you can't sit here and say that, man. That's not that wasn't his that's not his it wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault. I was trying to look for another word. I'm just gonna say it wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault at all. Anyway, man. But Alabama lost the game. Michigan finally got past the semifinals. They've been in the CFP for the past 3 years, and they finally got past the semifinals. Ah, man, here y'all come. Here y'all come with this cheating stuff, man. Nobody cheated.
Hey, look, he ain't started winning until he started sinning.
That man was winning before that. What you talking about? That man, he made it. He
beat
beat Ohio State 3 straight years, and he was in the playoffs. What you talking about?
Hey, look, he started sinning in 2020, allegedly.
Okay.
So he started winning until he started sinning.
I guess, man. Anyway. But nah, man, but the other semifinal game that was played was Texas and Washington in the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans, man. And I got up and I watched some of the highlights from the game, and Texas had a chance to come back, man. Texas almost came back and won.
I watched the highlights, and Penix should have won the Heisman.
I don't know. I think Jayden Daniels got it. I think it went to the right person. I think Jayden Daniels is the one that should have got it.
Bro, did you see the windows that he was throwing the ball into?
Yeah, I saw him. But Jayden Daniels did more with less. Jayden Daniels did more with less. He did more with less.
Jayden Daniels receivers has more receiving yards than
he did more with less. He did more with less. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That man did more with less. I don't know, man. But
he got a better receiving core. I would say the defense caused Jaden McDaniel.
He did more with less. He did more with less. I'm telling you. He did more with less. He did more with less. What you talking about, man? Right. Jayden Daniels deserved that Heisman Trophy. No, but Michael Penix had a great game, man. It kind of seemed as if they slowed down in the second half because I think going into halftime it was 34-21 going into halftime. No, it was was it tied up going into halftime? I don't remember because I went to sleep on it before halftime. I'm not even gonna lie. I had to get up to watch the highlights to see what happened, man. But man, that Washington team, I had a feeling. I had picked Alabama Texas in the national championship game, And I had stuck with the Alabama pick just because I thought, Alabama was gonna come out and they're gonna do something. I think Stan Howard said it in the chats, in the chat yesterday on Auburn Addis channel that Nick and the refs was back there cooking something up. They was getting ready to get some. They had to figure out a way, but I guess that payment didn't clear.
You can't cook nothing up for a dumb play call.
I guess that payment didn't clear. Man, they would have found a way if they wanted to. They could have found a way to throw a flag on something or something. They would have put him close to the goal line, and you would have been like, there they go that Alabama again. But nah, man,
the thing about it is, bro, he slipped before he even got he got the ball and he slipped instantly. So it was just like
he did.
The ref was like, the ref looked back at Nick like, man, I can't
even do nothing for you, bro. I can't even do nothing for you. I can't even do nothing for you.
You pregnant if I throw the flag now, like
can't even do nothing for you. Can't even do nothing for you, man. But that Texas Washington game, was a classic. That was a good game. And Texas was I think it was down to it was inside the 20. I think it was inside the 10 actually. So they was that close away from being in the national championship game.
That DB played the ball like that boy from Auburn should have played the ball against Alabama.
And if you wanted to, they could have called a pass interference on that. He got there a little early. It was a catchable ball.
That would have been that right. That would have been a tough call.
It would have been a tough call.
That would have been a real tough call to make in a championship game.
Oh yeah, it would a call like that to change the game, to change the outcome. Oh, definitely would have been. Definitely,
that's a Nick Saban call.
Yeah, you're right. That's what it would have been funny if they would have made that call, because I don't know if y'all remember when the Rams went to the Super Bowl against the Saints on that obvious pass interference call that they had in what was the NFC Championship game when the Rams and the Saints played. Dude clearly got there like 2 seconds before the ball got there and the ref didn't throw the flag. Y'all gotta go back and watch that. Ladies and gentlemen, man, that's the end of the first quarter, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in with us, man. Make sure y'all like and subscribe.
Now entering the second quarter.
We're not entering the second quarter. I was in the middle of telling people what to do, and it wasn't name. So hold on to that real quick drop. Anyway, make sure y'all liking and subscribing to the podcast here on YouTube, and make sure you like and review the podcast on whatever podcast player you listen to. So you know what time it is now. Now it's time for us to go to the second quarter.
Now entering the second quarter.
I gotta remember that when we get into the post. But it is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, man, we're in the second quarter right now. And let's go ahead and talk about it, man. We didn't kind of hit it on it, man. Let's go ahead and preview this national championship game. Number 1, Michigan versus number 2, Washington. Marcus, what are you most excited about? Or if you're even excited for it? Or what are you most interested in seeing in this game coming up against next Monday? And actually, we'll be sitting down doing a live cast while this game is going on as well. So what are you interested in seeing in this game? What are you interested in seeing? What matchups are you interested in? Who do you think? What you got?
Well, my opinion on this game is I just want Michigan to lose. But I think this is how you end the Pac-12 with a national championship. I think the Pac-12 leaves how we know it with the national champion.
As long as I know the Pac-12, they've sucked.
I'm just saying, like the structure of it, like the teams being in it.
I get you know
it.
I think. Well, who was the last Pac-12 team to be in the CFP? I'm gonna be honest. I think the last Pac-12 team to be in the CFP national championship game was Oregon. The first year of the college football playoff when they played Ohio State and got blown out.
I know Washington went with Browning, but I don't know if they went to the national championship.
No, they didn't. You're right. My bad. They weren't the last. Washington did go. They didn't make it to the national championship game. They did. They got beat in the semifinals.
Did they lose to Georgia?
They did. Yeah. They got beat in the semifinals. That's right. You're right. Thank you for correcting me. I just remember Oregon because I know Oregon got blew out by Ohio State. That was the Ezekiel Elliott game when they won the first CFP national championship. But my bad. Go ahead. My bad.
But I think, honestly, man, like me and you were just talking about in the first quarter, if Alabama beat themselves, bro. And honestly, my
going back to Alabama. Going back to Alabama, man.
Alabama beat they. I'm just saying Alabama beat themselves, but in my opinion, if Alabama had a inch of passing game, which Washington does,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it would have been a real tough situation for Michigan. Because then you would have got to test those suspect DBs that they have,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
other than
Mm-hmm.
your quarterback up off the ground. So
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion, Washington is going they're gonna test that DB core a little bit. And if they don't, that means Michigan is really fast and getting after the ball.
See,
And what we seen last night wasn't a fluke against Alabama offensive line. That's just who Michigan
that
is.
was gonna be my point. That was gonna be my
Yep.
point right there. That was gonna be my point. If Michigan can get that same pass rush that they had against Alabama last night, I think
It's gonna be a
Michigan
long
win.
night.
I think Michigan win the game easily. And they
Easily.
and you never get to see how that secondary actually is. But if
Yeah.
Michael Penix Jr. can sit
Get
back
time.
there and get time to throw the ball, oh, Washington national champions all day. Washington
Because
national champions all day.
the thing about it is Washington defense is suspect as well. So if Michigan runs the football like they did against Bama, it can go bad. But if like you said, if Penix get the time and sit back there in that pocket, if Penix can sit back in that pocket, boy, hey, it's gonna be
Okay.
tragic.
Which one is more out which one is more likely to happen? Is it more likely for Michigan's defense to get a pass rush on Washington and Penix not have time to throw the ball? Or is it more likely for Penix to be able to pick apart Michigan's secondary? Because I think this game is Washington's offense versus Michigan's defense. That's what I think. Because I think I think Michigan's offense can run the ball, but they can't throw. And I think Washington's defense is good at stopping the run, but they can't really cover for real. So I think that negates it out a little bit. So in my perception of this is really Washington's offense versus Michigan defense. Which one do you think is more likely to happen between those two?
All right, so you have to break it down like this, and hopefully I'm wrong,
Mm-hmm.
but if Alabama had the biggest offensive line that you see, they had an NFL offensive line or NFL weighted average offensive line that
I
they
think it was
said during the
averaging like
game.
340.
340. So if you look at that, those guys are very heavy. I don't think Washington's offensive line will be that heavy on the feet when it comes to the pass rush. So I do think they will be able to pick up the blitz.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about it is, I think Michigan figured out great blitz schemes to coincide with the talent of their DBs and defensive players. So what I'm thinking to myself in that situation, I'm thinking that Washington will be able to get time, but not as effective as we have seen in previous games. I think this will be a juggernaut fight that comes down just like the last couple, the two semifinal games.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna come down to Penix having to make a pass at the end of the game.
Yeah, I think this game is definitely going to be more. I think it's definitely going to be more of Washington's pass offense evading Michigan's rush, because I think Michigan got a stout front seven. I think they do.
Yeah.
I think they can rush the ball. I think I think Washington's O line is a lot better than what Alabama showed. So I think it's going to be more of, can Washington's O line give Penix enough time to sit back there and pick apart the secondary? And if that happens, Washington will be the national champions. They will be the college football playoff national champions. I am going to say that right now.
Give me a score prediction, Nick.
Score
before we get
prediction
up
for
out
this
there.
game. Score prediction for this game. Just based off of what I said there. 38-28 Washington. I got Washington winning by 10. 38-28 Washington.
Okay.
That's what I got.
Yeah. I got 42-28 Washington.
Dang, you got them beating them by 2 touchdowns? Goodness. That's just disrespectful. You really don't like Michigan, do you? Got to be more careful, man.
I think it's gonna be close to the end, but it's gonna be like a last minute touchdown to just make it look bad. Like it's gonna be probably a pick 6 by JJ McCarthy trying to drive the ball down the field to win the game. Something like that. Like that's the reason. That's my 14. Not. It's not gonna be like a blowout 14.
Okay.
Me myself personally, I'm leaning more 10 than 14.
Yeah, I think it's a 38-28 game. I think Washington win 38-28. I'm going Washington, man. But
I'm still going Washington though.
But see, the thing is, I'm not hesitant about that pick, but something in my spirit tells me that this might be Michigan's just destiny year to win a national championship.
I feel that.
So it's just like if I were to throw logic out, I would probably say Michigan 24. I'll probably say Michigan 31, Washington 30, something like that. A last second field goal.
24-21.
Yeah, I would be like maybe like a last second field goal if I was just to throw logic out. But using logic at this particular moment in time, I gotta go 38-28. 38-28 Washington.
The reason why I agree with you on that team of destiny situation before we get up out of here is because we all know Harbaugh from the run for the hills.
Know how what now?
I said we all know Harbaugh from the run for the hills.
He about to hit y'all with that Pete Carroll.
He out of here. Goodbye. With that Lane Kiffin.
He about to hit y'all with that Pete Carroll. He about to Pete Carroll y'all up out of Michigan. He about to Pete Carroll Michigan. That's what he about to do. That's funny.
Hey, he's just doing what he did to the 49ers.
He did.
That's all he doing. Shoot. Hey, this is character.
Man, that man will be all right. If he win that championship, how much you want to bet the Big Ten don't let the NCAA touch him? I'll tell you that right now.
He gonna be gone. They ain't worried about touching him. Shoot, he ain't signed no contract. Michigan ain't worried about that man no more after this year. They just want to win.
Superstar. He's the superstar quarterback for Michigan. What you talking about? They love that man in Michigan. In Ann Arbor, he's a god. He's a god in Ann Arbor.
Trust me, if he win a national championship, he will have a statue.
In the words of Bo Jackson, every time Bo Jackson and Charles Barkley, every time they go back to Auburn, they got G14 classification, diplomatic immunity, and Auburn they can do whatever they want to do. That's what it is. That's what Jim Harbaugh can do every time he go back to Ann Arbor. It is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the first half, man. Marcus, how you feeling, boss?
I'm feeling good, bro. I'm feeling good.
That's
man.
what I'm talking about.
How you?
Man, I'm feeling great. Can't complain, man. Can't complain. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead, man. Let's go ahead and take it on, man. Let's take it into the break. Let's go into halftime.
You don't out your seats. It's halftime.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in to the Water Cooler Talk podcast, the coolest podcast in your ear, man. Make sure you're liking and subscribing to the YouTube channel, man. If you're not listening to us on YouTube and you're listening to us on your favorite podcast player, make sure you like and review the podcast as well. Go over to our YouTube channel, man. Search us on YouTube at the Water Cooler Talk podcast in the search box, or if you just like putting in the search at the top, at that little part up there at the top, just put in www.youtube.com/@thecoolestpod23. That's at the coolest pod 23. Thank y'all so much, man. Man, ever since I got DJ brought this video, man, a lot of people have said they enjoyed it. A couple of people that saw it, they was like, that's nice. So you know what?
Drop the footage.
We're gonna play it again. Y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Everybody? Hollywood Media. Do you want to feel like a star? Then go to Hollywood Media and you'll be shining. From sports interviews, athletic highlight tapes, athletic photography, Hollywood Media will make you the star of all stars. Feel like a star on the most important days of your life. From college graduation to saying I do to your forever person. Let Hollywood Media make your event star-studded. So Subscribe and follow on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Hollywood_media. And follow on Facebook at Hollywood Media with 2 A's. Hollywood. Man, shout out to our guy DJ, man. Hollywood Media, man. Hey, he gonna be back on the show, ladies and gentlemen, man. Make sure y'all go in and patronize the man, man. He doing great work. He doing great work, man. Make sure y'all go patronize him, man. Y'all see it up here, man. Follow him on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Hollywood_media, and then follow him on Facebook at Hollywood Media with 2 A's, man. Follow him there, man. Go patronize him, man. It's New Year. New you.
Man, it's a photo shoot.
New year, new you. Go get a photo shoot done. I mean, he does all sports as well, man. Go holler at your boy, man. Shout out to DJ for being a long-time supporter of the Water Cooler Talk podcast, man. We appreciate you, boss. We appreciate you, man. So, we in halftime right now, Marcus. I want to ask you a question, man. How do you feel? Are you confident? We got about 3 minutes before the teams come back out. Are you confident in Hugh Freeze going forward with the Auburn Tiger football program? How confident? Where's your confidence level right now?
I'm encouraged by his recruiting. I can't act like I'm not encouraged by his recruiting. But if Payton Thorne is our quarterback going into next year, we are just as good as we are right now.
Payton Thorne is not the answer at quarterback for Auburn. He need to get a truck back. Bubba and the old man said I need to put it on the t-shirt and sell it. That's what he said.
Hey, bro. Hey, stop. Hey, unless you told the fans, we got the merch coming.
Yeah, we got the merch coming. It's coming.
Got the merch.
That's what he said. He said I need to put it on the t-shirt. Put it on the t-shirt. In the words of Shaq, underdog, put it on the t-shirt. Y'all know what I'm talking about if y'all watch Inside the NBA. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Man, that on the way.
Man, I don't know, man.
Man, I'm all right with what he doing, man. But I know that you had text the group, because you text our group chat, and you said something, that really that's how I felt about him. You said that Hugh Freeze doesn't develop talent. He gets elite talent, and he benefits off elite talent.
All day, every day.
And I said, that's it. And I'm like, he has to get big time recruits for him to be competitive. So the thing about it is, Payton Thorne is not a big time quarterback.
He's not an elite talent. Payton Thorne's not an elite talent.
He's not. And you have elite talent like Cam Coleman and the Perry Thompsons of the bunch. Like, you got elite talent coming to Auburn next year, and they need an elite quarterback.
Yeah, they do. They do. My thing is this, man. I've always said this, man, and I know we bring up Coach Saban a lot, but Coach Saban went to the national championship game with Jalen Milroe, and this is not a slight to Jalen Milroe. I think we all know
he's not elite.
He's not an elite passer. He's not an elite passer. Nowhere near
it. I hate to say it. The world seen that for what it was Monday.
Yes.
The world actually seen, like, you had your opportunity to shut up all the doubters. And honestly, if you win the game, we really not having this conversation.
We not.
We're gonna have this conversation. You need to go to some type of passing camp, Jalen. This offseason. You really need to invest. And I'm not joking, like, because if you develop as a passer,
he'll be something serious. He'll be something serious. But what I was hitting at was, like, you see Coach Saban take these guys that are not traditional quarterbacks, more run first quarterbacks. Yeah, it's the system. More run first quarterbacks, and he's successful. You know what I'm saying? He's successful. He's still making it to, the playoffs. He's still making it to New Year's Six bowl games, even if they don't make it to the playoffs. He's still making it to national championship games and winning them. Now, he hasn't won a national championship with, those kind of quarterbacks that they have. I mean, Which you had Jake Coker, you had Tua, you had um, AJ McCarron, who was a good quarterback. You had Greg McElroy, who was a good, decent quarterback. You know, you had those kind of guys that can throw the ball, that can make a pass every now and then. Plus, the way the offense was set up then, it was more run heavy, you know, more run, play action, pass type stuff. But he's still developing those guys enough to where it can help the team. I don't think Hugh Freeze can do that, man. He just that's the reason why you hear so much about recruiting. He wants to get so much elite talent to where
Right.
he doesn't have to develop it. He just relies on the talent. And that's not, and in my opinion, that's not sustainable for a program long term.
No,
This is
not at
my
all.
personal opinion.
I'm gonna say this, and then we can
Yeah,
bring out the team.
we gotta move on. We gotta move on.
But the thing about it is, the difference between Hugh Freeze and Nick Saban is Nick Saban knows how to coach. Nick Saban understands that it was like if you really go back and you watch that game, if you really watch the game of between them and Michigan, he was coaching his butt off. The reason why, because he knew he couldn't pass the ball, so they played field position.
Yeah, they
And
play
the
field
only
position third
thing
quarter.
that
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
only thing that cost them was the miscues of his own team.
Mm-hmm.
He knew that.
Yeah.
He knew that he really outcoached Harbaugh, but Harbaugh came to the realization at the end of the game,
Run the ball.
let me stop passing the ball and run the football.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Agree with you wholeheartedly there, man. I can't doubt that anyway. The crowd is getting hype. We coming out of halftime. Players on the field, they've already got warmed up. And y'all already know what time it is, man. Let's head to the third quarter. Yeah.
We've now entered the third quarter.
Man, we in the third quarter, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning into the Water Cooler Talk podcast. Make sure you're liking, subscribing, and sharing to the YouTube channel. Search in the bar, the Water Cooler Talk podcast in the search bar on YouTube, or type in www.youtube.com/ the coolest pod 23. And if you're listening to us on your favorite podcast player, man, make sure you're liking and rating the show wherever you're listening to us from, man. And we appreciate you, man. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us, man. But let's go ahead and get into this third quarter topic, man. It's been all over the news. Russell Wilson is out in Denver. Russell Wilson out. He got benched for the one and only Auburn quarterback, Jarrett Stidham. Marcus, what are your thoughts on this whole Russell Wilson situation? Him and Sean Payton and John Elway and all those guys. Not John Elway, John Lynch. Is it John Lynch? John Lynch, I believe, who's up there, man. All those guys in Denver, man. What is this? Tell us about what's going on with this situation, man. Because it just don't seem right.
You had it right.
It don't seem right, man. Because Russ been balling. Russ been balling a little bit. He had a shaky little start, but his numbers are not bad. His numbers aren't bad. Give us your thoughts on this situation, boss.
Give you my thoughts, and my thoughts are what they are. They felt like they feel like they overpaid, and they asked allegedly for. I think I seen the video of Russell Wilson talking about it. He said they asked for him to waive his injury clause or something like of the sort, or they threatened to bench him then and I think that was the Chiefs game.
Yeah, after the Chiefs game. Yeah, after they beat the Chiefs 24-9, they came to him and they asked him to waive his injury clause because if he would have gotten injured between still guaranteed $37 million.
So they feel like they overpaid for him, man. So and then I really don't think Sean Payton is a big Russell Wilson fan.
He's not.
And so and it's so funny because now after Marshawn Lynch dropped his gems about Russell Wilson, it seems like the league is really turning away from Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
and
that's what it seems like.
I don't know if this is a way to push him into retirement because I really don't see, besides the Atlanta Falcons.
I got a couple other teams. I think he'll be.
I think he can go a couple other places, but And the only reason why I'm gonna say this is because I'm watching him play.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's. I don't think I would take a chance. If I'm a GM, I think I wouldn't take a chance on him.
I would. I still think Russell Wilson is in
I
my
don't think
opinion, I wouldn't sign this is my thing. I would not sign Russell Wilson to a contract like that. Like the one that
No.
they gave a lot away. What was it, like 3 first-round draft picks, some players and some cash consideration for Russell Wilson. What it was, 200 and what was it, 230 that they signed him for?
The house, they threw the house. That Pete
Good
Carroll and them
God.
threw it.
And I think out of that 230, I think half of it was 250, excuse me, because half of it was guaranteed. So 125 million is guaranteed. So if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I mean, this is all a money play. This literally is all a money play for the
Yeah, that's it.
Broncos.
That's all.
The Broncos asked him after he beat the Chiefs, they asked him to waive the injury clause, because if he would have gotten injured between now and March 5th, which is the beginning of the league year, I believe next year, he would have been guaranteed another $37 million on top of the $39 million he's already guaranteed next year. So even if he doesn't play a down next year, he's guaranteed $39 million. Kind of the same contract that Aaron Rodgers has with the Jets. Aaron Rodgers' contract was fully guaranteed. So even next year, if he doesn't play next year, he's still guaranteed that money that he's supposed to get next year. So kind of the same thing, per se. But nah, man, Denver want to go in a different direction, and they don't want to pay that money to a guy. And I think like you said, I think it's more Sean Payton than anything. I think Sean Payton want to get a dude in there that he's comfortable with, per se. Because I think the organization is going to put more resources into Sean Payton than they would the quarterback, because I think they want Sean Payton there at least another 7-8 years. Maybe 10, maybe another decade. So I think they look at it as like, we'll have him longer than we will have the quarterback, and per se. But I mean, I'm looking at the numbers here, man, and I'm like, is it justified? Because since that KC win, including the KC win, the Broncos have went 5-3. They beat Buffalo, they beat Minnesota, they beat Cleveland, they lost to Houston by 5. They beat the Chargers. The only time they really got beat for real was Detroit. Detroit beat them 42-17, and then they just lost by 3 to New England.
I'm gonna ask you, who?
They lost by 3 to New England. They lost by 3 to New England. He did. That was the 24th. That's the day before Christmas. Yes, he did play. And then this past weekend they beat. Let me make sure. That ain't the reason why. But you know that was the game. That was the game when Sean Payton got all up in Russ' face and was hollering at him, trying to get a reaction out of him. But they won this past weekend.
That's why he on the bench, bro. I told you.
But yeah, that was the reason why. But they won this past weekend, so basically they're 5-4 because they beat the Chargers this past weekend. So with Jerry,
my question, I don't think. Okay, that went Russell Wilson. But question, what is their overall record?
Overall record for the season?
Yeah.
Let's see. So overall this season, they are. Man, you put me on the spot because now I got to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
should be
7.
by their name.
No, it's not. I'm looking at something else. I ain't looking at the Broncos thing. I'm looking at something else. 8-8, I think.
So they 8-8.
Let me see. Let me confirm that real quick. Let me confirm that. Yeah, let me make sure on that. And nah. He's been balling though. He's had some 7 and 8. 7 and 8. It was one of them. I knew it was something like that. So yeah, 7 and 8. So no, they're 8-8. They're 8-8. I was right. They're 8-8
this weekend.
Yeah, they 8-8. Yeah, I was right. I knew. I want to make sure.
And they play the Raiders this weekend.
Yeah, which they have a chance of winning because I believe that game is at. Where's that game? Is that game in Denver or is that game in Las Vegas?
It's in Vegas.
Oh, never mind. Jared Stidham. That's the team he played for last year at the end of the season. He might want to show them. I don't know. Oh no,
The Raiders
no.
gonna go out with a bang because they're trying to get Antonio Pierce that job as head coach.
It might be.
So
That might be Harbaugh job. That are the Chargers. Just saying.
what I would say, what I would say to this Russell Wilson situation, before he got there, that team had a top 10 defense. So in the talk around time, if you can remember, before Russell Wilson got to Denver, all they needed was a quarterback. All they needed was a quarterback. That's all you heard. All they needed was a quarterback.
Yeah, but
And
they
then
had to
got
give
that.
some. But they was. But this was the thing, and we all know this. We all know this. Russell Wilson wasn't their first choice. He was not their first choice. Aaron Rodgers was their first choice. That's why Nathaniel Hackett was the head coach. Like
Yeah.
they were positioning for Aaron Rodgers. And with them
This was
doing
a fallback plan.
yeah, it was the play the whole time. But when
Because
that went
like you said,
sideways,
Elway is the GM, so
Yeah.
it was a fallback plan.
yeah, but when that went sideways, they had to go get the next best option at the cheapest price. And it was a very expensive cheap price to get Russell Westbrook out of that's a Isaac Bull run. But that was a very expensive cheap price to get him out of Seattle. I mean, because he just signed. I mean, come on, man. Two first rounders. I think was it 2 or 3 first rounders.
The thing about that is, Nick, the thing about that is, if you pay that price, you expect to at least be in contention for playoffs.
But I know I understand where you coming from
Especially with a
that.
top 10 defense.
I understand where you coming from that.
And you have young weapons like Cortland Sutton and Jared Judy.
But my thing is, I understand where you're coming from with that. But when you have a whole offensive structure built around getting a particular guy, and Russell Wilson is not that guy, because Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers' games are very different. It's not Russell Wilson is at his best when he's more like improving. That's the best word to use. When he's more like improving stuff, like not structured. You know, Aaron Rodgers sits in the pocket and he can pick you apart. That's more Aaron Rodgers' game.
The thing about Aaron Rodgers is he also brings his luggage with him. Like he brings his receiving core.
Is it Louis though? But is it Louis though?
Hey, it's Louis. You know, he bringing his receiving core. So, like you said, the structure was set, but who knows if those receivers would have made the cut?
You don't know. You got a point. You got a point. I don't know, man. I don't know. All I'm gonna say is this, man. I don't know, man. I think it was a messed up. I'm gonna put it like this. It was a messed up situation from the jump because this is his second year there, and now they're trying to get rid of him. The first year, Nathaniel Hackett was the coach. This year, now Sean Payton come in, and I guess him and Sean ain't vibing. So it is what it is, man. So I don't know. Hopefully, I'm gonna tell you the team that I think would.
Drew Brees.
I'm gonna tell you the team. Man, Drew Brees showed him it's gone. I'm gonna tell you the team.
I agree. I'm just saying that's who he wants.
Yeah, he wants Drew Brees. He wants Drew Brees back. I'm gonna tell you the team that I think would benefit from having Russell Wilson though.
Ooh.
The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Mm.
Mike Tomlin, Super Bowl quarterback, never had a losing season. They already got a top 12 defense over there in Pittsburgh. They got George Pickens. I can't remember the other wide receiver name right now. They got Najee Harris running the ball. Come on now.
He get down, he blow up the scene now.
Come on now.
He get up there, he blow up the scene now. He better retire.
Come on now. Come on.
He get up there, he blow up the scene. He better retire.
Pittsburgh.
You better get him. You better get him on a veteran minimum.
Nah, I think they should do like a. I think they should do like a. No, that's what I'm saying. I think they should do like a 2-year. I think they should do a 2-year deal.
A 1-year deal.
No, I think this is what I would pay Russell Wilson. I would do a 2-year deal worth 50. I think he's 2-year worth 50.
No.
2-year worth 50.
No.
30 guaranteed. 30 guaranteed, and the other 20 in incentives. That's what I do.
I give him 1 year, 15 guaranteed.
Oh my God.
And I'm gonna try him out. And if he work out by the middle of the season, we'll extend the deal.
Nah. I'm gonna give him 2. I'm gonna give him 2. He deserved that respect. He deserved that much from me. I give him 2. Somewhere between 45 and 50.
This defense in the league for 4 years.
I'm giving that man. I'm giving that man a 2-year deal, but he's been an All-Pro. The man has been to a bunch of Pro Bowls. Come on, man. Come on, y'all can't sit here and like Russell Wilson ain't been a great quarterback. Let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question. Is Russell Wilson a Hall of Fame in your book? I think he is. I think he's a Hall of Famer.
Or because he gonna make it. Because the NFL Hall of Fame is.
What you trying to say? That's a whole different conversation, man. That's a whole different
Yeah,
conversation. That's a whole
let's
different
not.
conversation. Let's go. Let's
We'll go
go, man.
fourth quarter.
Let's go. Let's go to the fourth quarter because we ready. We ready. We ready for y'all.
We have now arrived at the fourth quarter.
Man, we in the fourth quarter right now, ladies and gentlemen, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning into the Water Cooler Talk podcast, coming around the podcast, sitting with us, giving our perspective on sports, man. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. www.youtube.com/@thecoolestpod23 or search us in the YouTube search bar at the Water Cooler Talk podcast. And if you listen to us on your favorite podcast player, make sure you go to the YouTube channel and subscribe, like, and share. And make sure you like and rate us on your favorite podcast player, man. Let's go around and let's go ahead and get to this fourth quarter, man. We're just going to go around the NFL in the fourth quarter because there's a lot of things that we can talk about here, man. Lamar Jackson. I just put up a video. I put up a video today. It's of my co-host here. He asked, who is your favorite NFL MVP front runner right now? Who's your favorite? And I think the only two people that responded saying Lamar. I think Lamar is what is.
I think it's Chris McCaffrey.
Huh?
I'm sorry, DJ. I said.
Oh,
DJ
that's right.
McCaffrey.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. DJ said CMC.
I'm sorry, DJ. It's a clear cut winner after that. Like Lamar Jackson don't even have to play this last week, and he should still win.
Lamar said CMC. He did say CMC. So I mean, he did say that. So I mean, who you got? So you saying Lamar? You saying Lamar Jackson is the MVP right now?
Lamar got it, bro. I think that the telltale was the Dolphins game, and everybody knew that. Everybody knew this was his opportunity to go out and win the award, and he went out and he won the award.
Yeah, he put
like it ain't nothing you can say about that game that doesn't say that Lamar Jackson is not the MVP. Like if we talking about it, he has only had Mark Andrews and for the last couple of years since Marquise Brown went to Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
So you then Mark Andrews get hurt and he turns a rookie Zay Flowers into a household name overnight, and he got Odell looking like the young Odell out there. So it's just like then he got the young boy Likely looking like making one hand catches and just balling. So it's just like if we talking about a person who
if he making one hand catches, that was a bad throw.
Man, still.
I'm gonna say that if he making one handed catches, that was not a good. It was not a great. It was not the best throw.
All I would say is the reason why he had to make the one hand catches because he was stumbling. So it still was a great athletic play. But the thing about Lamar Jackson is we keep trying to box him in, and he keeps breaking the box open. Like what you want from him? Like you say that he can't throw, he shows you he can throw. He put up 5 TDs. He accounted for 5 TDs.
Mm-hmm. He did. I'm looking at the stats right here. 5 TDs. Hey, it just went away. Go ahead. I'm gonna bring it back up. Go ahead.
Like 400 and some yards. So it's just like, what more do you want him to prove? Like the man deserves he deserves it, man. Like you finally they finally draft him a receiver that's worth something, and he put up this. You go get him a receiving core and an offensive coordinator that's trying to do something, trying to throw the ball outside of just running him into the dirt, and he comes and he responds with a season like this. Like it's just, to me, it's clean cut Lamar Jackson, and I like Christian McCaffrey. McCaffrey, to me, if Lamar Jackson, if the MVP was already a quarterback award, Christian McCaffrey should get it. But we all know, and also we all know, we've seen the 49ers in their failures this year. And honestly,
but didn't you say the 49ers was the best team in the NFL though?
Yeah, I still believe that.
Okay. All right. By the way, his numbers were, he was 18 and 21 for 321 passing, 5 TDs. And then he had another 6 carries for 35 yards. So, yeah, that's where he was.
So, like, bro, like, the thing about it is, Do I think the 49ers will still be in the Super Bowl? Yes. Because a whole team, they have the whole team, but they also have pieces. They have Debo Samuels. They have a defense with the Bosa boy and the Chase Young. So it's just like team. They have a team, like, but most valuable player, you got to look no other than Lamar Jackson. Like he's the motor that keeps that team going. If you didn't have Lamar Jackson on that team, it would just be a great defense and some good skill guys.
It would be Joe Flacco when they won the Super Bowl.
That's disrespectful.
That's not disrespectful. That's not Joe Flacco. That would be Joe Flacco when they won the Super Bowl. That's just how I see it. I mean, even though Joe Flacco did win the Super Bowl MVP, I could have argued that Super Bowl MVP could have went to.
You see what Joe Flacco doing right now. Stop playing with him. Stop playing with that man.
Ain't nobody playing with Joe Flacco name. I still think they're gonna win. They're gonna probably get to the divisional round and probably lose. That's probably what I think. Even though I think I picked them saying that you might want to watch out for, but in all reality, they might just get to the divisional round and lose. Who knows? Joe Flacco, I don't know. We're gonna see what Joe Flacco do. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, man, let's keep it moving, man. The Eagles lost to the Cardinals. The Eagles lost to the Cardinals. Oh my God.
I told y'all.
You ain't tell us nothing. What is it? This man told me, I told y'all. He ain't say nothing.
Same episode that we talked about the 49ers is the same episode. I said that Philly gets off to a slow start. They keep playing with folks. And honestly, me and you talked about it last week. That defense is not holding up.
It's the secondary. Let's be clear. They front seven is good. They front seven is decent.
It's still a part of the defense.
But they secondary is horrible. Oh my God, they secondary cannot cover nothing.
Hey, listen, as we seen going back, I know we always got to go back to Monday. As we seen Monday, there's that front seven can get out to you. We can hide the secondary.
Oh man, now that was shocking to me, man. I feel like there's a divide in this Eagles team right now. And to be honest with you, I don't know if they can get it together before the playoffs.
Bro. They lost to Call of Duty Murray, man.
The dude that be playing Call of Duty. My thing is this, man. I really hope that that they figure something out, because I really would like to see this team win the Super Bowl. I really would like to see this Eagles team win the Super Bowl. I'm being so serious. Like, mess up the plans, because I still think my Super Bowl is still Kansas City and the Niners. I still think Kansas City is in this thing some type of way. I still think so. But my thing is,
I would hate to see Philly do all that and then get in the first round
and lose. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. That's my thing.
That's dangerous.
That's that. Yeah, man. This is the team on paper. The team is too talented on paper. They got to figure something out, man. They got to figure something out, man. Because it's something about it that I'm like, come on, bro. Like, they got to do something. Like, this team is too good. I still think Jalen Hurts is hurt. I still think he's nursing an injury that he ain't telling nobody about. But they got to do something. They got to come together.
But he's not the problem. Like, I talked to my brother about this earlier. Like, he put up 31 points.
He did. But I look at it more. I look at this more of like, man, if this is Jason Kelce's last year playing for real, if he can't go through another season like this, like if this really is Jason Kelce's last year, that offensive line gonna be bad next year, man. Who they gonna bring in to be the anchor of that offensive line?
Oh man, if that's it for him, what I would say is,
he was thinking about retiring last year. If they would have won the Super Bowl, I think he would have walked away.
It's gonna be tough for the Eagles.
If the Eagles would have won the Super Bowl, that's what I'm saying. If they would have won, if they would have won the Super Bowl last year, I think Jason Kelce would have walked away for real. And that's the thing. Like, when he walks away from that team, from that offensive line, which is the strength of that team,
it's gonna be a whole rebuild for that whole situation.
You got to go in and find somebody that can do what he did. I hope they've been building somebody up behind him, getting them ready to go, because that's a big piece of that offense. I know he's the center, but what people go back to Monday, the center got to hike the ball. He touches the ball every single play. Man, that's gonna be big, man. That's gonna be big. Before we get up out of here, though, man,
let's talk about that Detroit game.
That's exactly where I was going. I'm so mad. I was watching the game, man. They said, okay, so I watched the replay. Did the dude not report? Because I'm pretty sure I saw Jared Goff tell 68 to go report to the white hat. He reported. 70 was running in and report to him as well. And the referee just ran off to the line judge and said, yo, I don't know what he said to him, but he ran to the line, just ran back. But then at the end of the day, at the end of the game, he's saying 68 didn't report. But 68 was right in front of your face.
Look, man.
I don't get it. I don't understand that one. I don't get that one.
All I would say is Vegas play a big part in a lot of things. but like, I'm just saying, like, you want to see the Cowboys go in. Like, if the Cowboys lose that, then we looking real crazy going into.
I'm not. I picked the Lions to win.
I'm just saying, like, now you got a real chance. Ain't the Cowboys and Philly in the same division?
Yes. NFC East.
Ain't their record looking a little
like
bit
11-5,
similar?
11-5, 11-4, whatever it is. I think they both got the same record. That's my thing though, man. But I think Philly got the tiebreaker though.
Okay,
Philly got the tiebreaker.
But you know what it's gonna be like hosting a playoff game in Jerry World. That's box office.
Oh yeah. You got a point. You got a point there, man. But the fact that they said that dude didn't report, and I looked at it and I'm like 68, and it was another lineman. I can't remember. I don't know what number he was standing right in front of the white hat. The white hat had to go around the other lineman, and then 70 was running in to report. So he's saying 68 didn't. I'm like, he was right in front of you. What you mean he didn't report? He was right there. Oh, it was the perfect play, man. It was the perfect play.
I agree with you.
It was the perfect play, bro. The perfect play.
It's strange.
Perfect play. They won that game, man. The Lions won that game. The NFL owed them a win. And the Lions should, you know what? The Lions should just go to the Super Bowl just because. The Lions should just go to the Super Bowl. They should just go to the Super Bowl because it works with the college football committee. But hey,
I ain't in that.
Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that. That was horrible. That was rough to watch. That was rough to look at. Oh my God, that was rough to look at, man. But ladies and gentlemen, man, we out of here, man. The game is over with, man. How you feeling, Marcus, before we head into this post game?
I'm feeling good, man. I feel like we did what we came to do, and we did what we came to do.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Ladies and gentlemen, let's head to the post game.
It's time to shut down in the post game.
Man, we in the post game right now, ladies and gentlemen. Man, thank y'all so much for tuning in to the Water Cooler Talk podcast. Make sure you're liking and subscribing to the channel, and sharing the videos. Make sure that you're telling your friends about it, man. Follow us on YouTube at www.youtube.com /@thecoolestpod23, or search us in the YouTube search bar. The Water Cooler Talk podcast. And if you listen to us on your favorite podcast player, make sure you're liking and rating on your favorite podcast player to get us to move up into those rankings there. And also go over to YouTube and subscribe and watch us there as well, man. We appreciate it, man. From the Water Cooler Talk podcast, we thank you. Man, let's get into these picks here, man. Oh man, I'm upset, man.
What's wrong, man?
As it stands right now, I'm 5 games behind. I'm at 62-53. Marcus is at 67-48. It is what it is. So I gotta get a strategy this week to try to win these games so we get into a tiebreaker. We're gonna see what happens. I don't know. All right, man. But let's get into these week 16 picks for the guys that are in the challenge. This is the last week coming up, man. This is the last week, and we got a nice little. I don't know, man. I don't know. We're gonna see what happened. But as it sits right now, Kyle is sitting at 26-18. DJ is sitting at 29-15. Travell is at 25-14. Brian is at 29-15. And the leader, that lead done shrunk to 1 game. Uncle Willie, he's at 30-14. So this the last week, fellas. Y'all better get ready, because this week it might change. It might change some folks this week. So let's see what happens, man. Let's get into these picks, man. First game, we're going with the Falcons at the Saints. Marcus, who you going with? Marcus, who you picking in this game?
I'm gonna have to go, man. The Saints, man. The Falcons been dropping the ball a lot lately. I don't know what's going on, but
Okay.
I'm gonna go Saints.
Well, I'm going with the Falcons.
All right.
I'm going with the
All right.
Falcons to win this game. I have no rationale. It's the fact that I need to just go with the different team that's different than you, so I can win. That's it. That's it. All right. The next team, Bears at the Packers. Packers are a 3-point favorite in this game. Who you got?
I'm gonna go to Bears, man. Justin Fields been on a little hot streak lately, man. I think he pull it out. The
Ah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Packers in this game. I was actually gonna pick the Packers for real in this game. I really was gonna pick the Packers in this game for real. Jordan Love has showed me something this season.
Okay.
He has really showed me something this season. I'm excited to see what happens next season once he get it. And this is his first full season under Matt LaFleur. So I'm actually excited to see what the Packers do next season in the NFC North. What is that division is the Vikings, the Packers, the Lions, and the Bears. I mean, I'm excited to see what happened in the division this year. That could be an exciting division next year, especially with the way the Lions are playing. And now that Jordan Love and the Packers, I'm excited to see what I'm gonna pick the Packers in this game. I was gonna go with the Packers. All right, man. Next game, the Broncos at the Raiders. Who you got, Marcus?
Going to Raiders, man. I think they're gonna play for Coach Pierce, so that they can get him a head coaching job. So I think this right here gonna be telling. I'm going to Raiders.
I'm going with the Broncos in this game because I think Jerry Stidham, I think he come out, and I think Jerry Stidham throw that thing around the yard on the team that let him go last year. Oh, Jerry Stidham. And I'm waiting for it, bro. There we go. All right, here we go, man. This is it. Okay, now, this is interesting. The Steelers -4 at the Ravens.
That means nobody's playing for the Ravens. Nobody's dressing out, and the Steelers
They
are playing.
they haven't confirmed that yet. They ain't confirmed it.
We all know what's going on.
They ain't
and
confirmed it.
And the Steelers are playing for a playoff spot. So
Okay.
I'm going to go Mike Tomlins and Steelers on this one.
He's going with the Steelers. I'm picking the Ravens. So I have no reason why, but we'll see what happens, man. I think the Ravens, I don't know. They may come out and win.
Yeah, they might win that.
They might win.
They might. Tyler Huntley should be good enough to push them over the top.
We'll see what happens. We'll see.
Against Mason Rudolph and the boys.
I guess.
Don't even ask me this question.
Bills at the Dolphins. Who you picking? So you're just not gonna say you're not gonna pick. You picking the Bills.
All right, the Bills, Nick.
We know
Bills.
that. We know that.
Everybody must hear me say it every time.
You say it. I'm picking the Dolphins in this game. I'm
And
picking the
we
Dolphins.
winning the division, baby. The division is.
I'm picking the Dolphins in this game, and the reason why I'm picking the Dolphins, I think Tyreek Hill reminds people why. Because wait a minute, let me look it up real quick. I think he is short of 2,000 yards by like a couple hundred yards. Let me see.
He ain't gonna get it this week.
Let me see real quick. Hold up. Let me look at his 2023 stats. Ladies and gentlemen, because I think Tyreek Hill is going to go off on y'all this weekend. Tyreek Hill is 283 yards away from a 2,000-yard season.
He ain't gonna get it.
I think Tyreek Hill go off on y'all. And for that particular reason right there, I'm picking the Dolphins. I'm picking the Dolphins to win this game. So, fellas, you saw the picks, you saw the games. Get them into us because this is the last week. And who knows? This board could probably flip into your favor. But we'll see what happens, though. Man, oh man, oh man. That was good. That was good, Marcus. That was good. Marcus, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. It's time for us to give out that award that everybody loves, but the person that gets it, oh, they hate it. Oh, they really do hate it.
Give it up for the Water Boy Award.
Gatorade.
H2O.
Water sucks. It really, really sucks.
Marcus,
Yes.
Who are you giving this week's Water Boy Award to?
This week's Water Boy Award goes to none other than the Panthers owner, David Tepper. Am I saying his name right, Nick? I know that's your owner.
Yeah, David Tepper.
I don't want to mess this up at all.
Yeah, David Tepper, that's his name.
Okay, Mr. Temper gets the Water Boy Award because Mr. Temper was sitting in the game Sunday in his private little suite, sipping on a whole $500 cup of Don Perignon. As he was sitting back watching, he seen his quarterback Bryce Young throw an interception. He just sat there for like 3 minutes, and it just registered in his head. I made the wrong decision, and he just reacted, and he just
Hold up,
dropped the
man.
drink.
Wait a minute. Stop.
Oh,
Stop.
it was like, oh man.
He did not make the wrong decision. Y'all gonna stop that. That's what y'all gonna stop.
He was like, me and Nick is the only person with faith in Bryce Young at this point. Everybody take this drink. I'm upset. No, I was just playing. But he was foul for dashing that drink in that young man's face, and he will allegedly be charged $300,000 for my bad. And
I don't know what.
And quarterly, I'm messing up the word. My bad. It was, unacceptable conduct.
Oh, okay.
I had to get my words right. Yeah, unacceptable conduct. I often say disorderly, but then I often say unorderly. But yeah, but yes, unacceptable conduct. He has been fined $300,000 for dashing this drink on this young man's face because he's so upset with the life decisions that he made by endorsing that guy Bryce Young. And he's very upset with himself, Nick. And I think you're very upset with yourself as well, but you haven't admitted yet. But just for that, Mr. Taper, please come sip. Then you better not dare try to pour nothing on me. Not dare. I don't give a care how mad you will. Cause this water cooler will get thrown on you along with this nice glass that my boy Nick finna pour you.
This is my thing is this, man. He's definitely he was definitely out of line for that one. He definitely need to be fined. He definitely need to do something. Man. Cause that was just not cool at all by David Tepper for doing that, man. Just because you think you a billionaire, you think you can do that type of stuff to, just regular people. That's messed up. That is messed up, my guy. You can't do that. You ain't supposed to be doing all that. But nah, man, I have not lost faith in Bryce Young. Bryce Young is still my guy. Let's go, Bryce. Let's go. We got a new coach coming in next season. We don't know who it is yet, but he coming.
You sound like a proud father.
He coming. He coming.
That just ain't gonna give up on his son.
He coming, and it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. Yes, it is going to be amazing, man. I'm excited. Y'all better get ready because the league. Bryce Young will unleash. He will unleash on the NFL next season.
Another 1-10 record.
Man, you sick. I bet you sick. You sick. Nah. He know it now. It's coming. He coming. Let's go, Bryce. Let's go, Carolina, baby. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, man, we thank y'all so much for rocking with us. First show of the 2024 year. The Water Cooler Talks first show of the 2024 year, man. We thank y'all so much for rocking with us, man. Got a lot of stuff coming down the pike, man. Y'all, like we stated earlier, man, we got merch coming. Hey, we got a website that's gonna be coming. Probably should be March, April-ish. Is when it'll be up and running. We'll be ready to go, man. We're gonna try to get some more exclusive stuff for y'all, man. We trying to get into this sports thing for real. We trying to become insiders. We trying to be at the games. We trying to be credentialed. So guess what? We gonna be there, man. And we thank y'all so much for rocking with us, man. As always, make sure y'all are liking, sharing, and subscribing to the YouTube channel. www.youtube.com/@thecoolestpod23. Make sure. And if you can't do that, go to YouTube in the search bar and type in the Water Cooler Talk. in the search bar. If you listen to us on your favorite podcast player, man, make sure you're liking and you're rating and you're reviewing the podcast on your favorite podcast player. And then go over to YouTube and follow us there on YouTube as well. Marcus, what do you got to say to the people before we get up out of here, boss, man?
Man, you know the routine, man. Shout out home team, man. Shout out Trill, Vel. I almost call you by your nickname. Shout out DJ, man. Shout out Tay, man. Shout out Kyle, man. Shout out Sham and 4B, man. Shout out Freddie, man. Shout out everybody. Shout out the fiance, man. Shout out my mom. Shout out Tuskegee, the 4-6. We repping. We are here this year, and trust me, we are here to stay.
Yes.
Every Wednesday we're here.
Yes, we are. Man, thank y'all so much for tuning in, man. Shout out to the 4-6. Shout out to Tuskegee, Macon County, man. Shout out to the University of South Alabama for giving me my degree, man. Shout out to my mom, my wife. Love y'all, man. Shout out to the family. Love y'all too. Man, thank y'all so much for rocking with us, man. We only going up from here, man. We only going up. Let me check and see what the count is on YouTube right now, where we sit at subscriber-wise. We have 215, man. That is a blessing, man. Thank y'all so much, man. That's three more people within the past hour, man. So we thank y'all, man. We appreciate it. Thank you so much for that, man. We thank you, man. We just trying to grow and we just trying to get bigger and better, man. And we just trying to give you more quality content and more entertaining content as well, man. So thank y'all. Thank y'all so much, man. We really do appreciate it, man. And from the bottom of my heart, on behalf of the Water Cooler Talk podcast, man, thank you, man. This is cool, man. You have no idea. So we thank you so much, man. But before we get up out of here, you know how we do it all the time, man. Y'all have a good one. Nah, better yet, y'all have a great one. Y'all be blessed, man. One love.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Water Cooler Talk. Make sure to follow us on our socials on Instagram and TikTok at Water Cooler Talk and on YouTube at The Coolest Pod 23. Also, make sure to like and subscribe on your favorite podcast player so that you never miss an episode.